Hi, and welcome to FrazlCast. Climb aboard the GNOME train.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Please make sure to keep your limbs and experimental instruments inside the train at all times. And now, on with the show.
A podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. I promise you, they do talk about the World of Warcraft. They just go off the rails sometimes.
And tonight's rails are going to be on the rails once we get to the WoW section of the show. But beforehand, though, I'm Frazley, and I am joined by Pauly of the Miscellaneous Podcast.
Hello, welcome to wherever you are.
Yes, at the generic time of the day, to quote the Libsyn podcast. And Lady Emma.
Yes, I am here somewhere.
It's good to have both of you here tonight. Epic and Sandy, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
Great idea. So what have you been up to? Lady Emma, let's start with you today.
All right, so I might need to go to some sort of rehab addiction thing for Animal Crossing.
Are you still struggling with the toilet flower issue you're having?
No, I have my toilet gate and all my rocks are in the spots where I want it.
Good.
And I kind of want to change the way it looks, but I'm not going to do it because it took forever to get those 6 rocks in the place where I wanted them.
Nice.
And so the ground is no longer covered in a pattern to force these rocks to grow where they are. I am slowly but surely working on my cat island, so I'm getting rid of all the villagers that aren't cats off my island. One of the people I play with told me that I'm extremely lucky due to the fact that I decided one of my villagers left and I thought, okay, I'll go on a villager hunt or a village hunt. Because I already have 2 cat creatures on my island, I should not find another cat on my villager hunting because of the schematics that they have. The chances of you seeing a cat person is like 1 out of something. There's so many different creatures. And then the chances of you having the one you want, because there's so many cat creatures, is even rarer. Well, anyways, I decided to go on this hunt, even though the chances of me getting a cat is extremely rare. Second time I went on a mystery island, there was a cat.
Nice.
Sadly, it's not the cat I wanted.
Oh.
But it's a cat, so at least I can put a filler cat in until later on. So I've been doing that. And then I have been going to the Able Sisters every day, buying every single thing, even though I will probably never wear 90% of it, just so it's in my catalog. So how catalog works is as long as you have picked it up at some point in the game, so it's been in your bags, you can buy it whenever you want.
Your catalog on your cat island.
Frazley, no. Well, maybe this is why I'm having a catalog problem, because I have a cat thing. Yeah, so a lot of my friends have been helping me by putting everything that they have bought on the ground, and then I pick it up. Well, the problem is, how do I know what I've got and what I don't have? So one of my friends is obsessed with spreadsheets. So she created a spreadsheet so I can put in everything that I've cataloged, what's in my house. I'm putting things on the ground for other people to catalog, and then I'm selling it because I don't like them. And then I'm not only cataloging on the spreadsheet, I have an app. And then I will be also cataloging on this other website called Nuxazon, which you can let people know what you have and don't have. So if there is something they want, you can like, hey, I can send this to you, or this is something that I've been hunting for. Like I was hunting for a while, a recipe to make shell speakers so I could put shells all along my beach so I can have music all along my beach without having a radio out in the open. So it's all this little stuff.
I'm not a big gamer. I've only really played one game, so this is really cool hearing about this.
Yeah, I may not understand all of it, but I know there's somebody that's listening right now like, yes, oh yes. So I'm excited for that person to be listening right now and very
What's
excited.
Really bad is before I got the game, I was already looking up stuff and how to do stuff and planning out my island. And I do have graph paper around me where I was doing on pencil and paper of graphing out how I'm going to do my island, because they're 15 by 15 grid squares.
Yeah.
So I was doing all this, planning it all out. And my coworker who had the game is like making fun of me because I'm going into way too much time and detail on this. Like it's a second job. It is fun, and I'm still doing it. I found out what my seed pattern is, so that means I know when I'm going to have my shooting stars, when it's going to be raining, sunny, all these little things which plays an effect in the game. Like there's a fish that you can only fish up when it's raining.
So you're treating it like a second job, but you're forgetting your other job, the job in Azeroth.
No, well, yeah, I've been really slacking in that, but I had finally made it to free T-shirt day because last year I missed it by a day.
What?
Yeah, so there's this one day where if you go into the Dwarven District for Alliance, I can't remember what it is for Horde, but for Alliance in the Dwarven District, there's this T-shirt enthusiast that has a T-shirt cannon and will throw out T-shirts. And then you go around and kind of follow them and you click it and then you pick up a shirt. And there was like 27 shirts or something like that to collect.
Wow.
You can collect them all from that person, but then there is like 5 more shirts that you have to go out and collect, which I didn't know that there was these special vendors all through Azeroth. So there's one in Shat, the Northland, one in the Plaguelands. So you actually have to fly to all these locations to collect the shirts. There is a buff that lasts for 5 days, which just gives you a temporary title of T-shirt enthusiast.
It's the one micro holiday that actually has a permanent thing in the game because like you can collect these appearances and then they'll be in your transmog tab.
Other than Trial for Style.
Yeah. Other than trial style.
But Trial Style was around before micro holidays, I think.
Okay.
Leo was saying that the ones from the vendors across the world can be bought from Valpyr and Voodoo Bay all year round, but it is at a very inflated price.
Now this is retail, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I finally got my last dice. I don't know if I mentioned it last time I was on the show. I was pickpocketing 4 dice. My first dice I got within 2 minutes. The second dice took me a couple hours. The third dice, I don't even know how many hours I put in pickpocketing these stupid NPCs, but they finally dropped it.
And again, I'm thinking, Emma, you resorted to pickpocketing in real life? I'm like, you can just go on Amazon and buy dice.
But it's fun to pickpocket without people knowing.
Pickpocket?
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. If you're having fun with your friends and you want to pickpocket them, but you're planning on giving the items back, okay, fine. See if you can pickpocket your friends and give the items back.
Oh, Pauly, are you pickpocketing your friends in real life? Or are you good?
No.
That's good. That's good. I've thought that I knew Emma better, but... Yeah.
I know. It seems like she's a renegade.
What I used to do with the boyfriend I was dating at the time, and it was really fun at the time, is I would try to steal his wallet from his back pocket without him knowing and see how long he has noticed that it was gone.
What the?
He was so oblivious to it.
Oh my
and I would have it for a couple hours, and then he would go for it, and it's gone. I would start laughing, and I'll hand it back to him. I did not steal anything.
Stuff,
I just
Do you know her in real life?
It's not like I stole anything. I always gave it back. I just wanted to see what would happen. Usually when I'm with my best friend, I'm usually keeping an eye on all her stuff. No, I keep an eye on her stuff because she's really bad at putting them down and forgetting about them and then walking away.
Okay, yeah.
Cell phones are big like that with friends.
Yeah.
No, it was like way back in the day. We have EB Games, which is GameStops for you guys. She bought Xenosaga, the first one, which apparently is really hard to find. She bought it brand new, everything. We went to a couple different stores, and then by the time we were sitting down to eat, she realized she lost it.
Oh, shit.
With the receipt, everything, no clue. So we backtracked every single store from EB Games to when we sat down, and it was gone.
Oh.
And that's her story. She went to LA not too long ago with a group of friends. They were looking for something in the vehicle. Somehow her bag didn't get put back into the vehicle, so it was left outside. And her passport, her IDs, tablet, everything was gone.
Like my only experience like that was when I was a kid. There was this wings place near us, and we would go there on Saturday. One of the other like families that would go there would bring their kids. So I would like bring I like the Star Wars micro figures things. I like they're big in like the 90s. Like I would bring mine over there. But one time I left one of my, like, I think it was like a Death Star set on the table. I was like packing up You went back there, gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
I know I've been robbed. Like, I was working and someone in the staff room stole my wallet, everything. I know how that feels. It's a horrible feeling. So for my best friend, I would literally watch her stuff like a hawk because I know she won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I pickpocket my ex, but I didn't take anything.
I'm
Like
not
I
a
said,
bad
it's the
person. I just like to steal from him.
From the person that I love the most. Yeah.
I want to temporarily borrow for some amusement, but always give back in its fullness that I have taken.
That doesn't happen with my girlfriends. They're just like, oh, look, there's $20.
So Pauly, with that, what have you been up to with you missing $20?
Not missing your wallet.
Well, we're talking about World of Warcraft. I am playing a lot of Classic right now.
Nice.
We just got done raiding, Molten Core and did ZG. But I'm just kind of like we were talking about earlier. I'm just not really into it anymore. Like, the nostalgia's gone. So I'm mostly just dealing with all the world stuff, like rolling up new characters and trying different hybrid things, like, putting a druid in a troll area and see what they do.
I remember way back in the day, there was a way that you could go into Mount Hyjal before it was open in Classic.
Yes.
Can you still do that?
I don't know. I'm going to try that now because I didn't even think about that till you just said that.
Have you been at least to the Dwarven Flight Path?
Yes, I did get up there. We used noggin foggers, just like the old school way of doing, to get all the way up there again. It was really fun.
All right, well then definitely let me know if you can, because I just remember the whole like construction signs all through it.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I Cap's also been playing Classic, and yeah, Cap has not tried Hyjal yet. It reminds me of like those old like websites, like you go to the website and they have like the construction sign.
Mm-hmm.
I have, as being a warlock, and that's the only reason why I got brought with this group of people, is because I had all the shards in my bag and I had like tons. We would summon people at the bottom of this water, and we would tell them to give us a gold, and we'll give them a breath of life so they can swim back up.
Oh my goodness!
If not, they die.
What is going? Who is this? I mean, first she steals the wallet. Now she steals your life.
So see if you can find that water. Bring a warlock friend. Maybe summon a couple.
Putting gnomes in danger. Well, one warlock at a time.
No, a gnome warlock encouraged me to do this.
Oh.
So if you were to jump off a bridge, would you jump off the bridge too if people told you to?
Apparently the gnome will tell you to.
But I needed the gold so I could get, armor and mounts and stuff. And
jeez, you're a kingpin in
wow.
Oh. You'll be swimming with the fishes. Go watch yourself.
Yeah. If you know what's good for you, you won't come up for air.
Look, even when I was a mage back in those days, and I'd teleport you to like nowhere or the wrong spot, or maybe even like when Thoroughmore came out and you dropped down for a little while, dude, that underwater thing, that's just cold.
I know. It probably is cold underwater.
Yeah, that's what, it is cold. It's water. What do you expect? Especially in a place that's under construction. And like I said, it was a gnome warlock and a paladin dwarf that was encouraging me to do this.
Now, okay, like when you first were saying that, I thought you meant the underground little city thing that was, big back in vanilla days. And
no,
it wasn't
it's in
that. No, you just hustled people for gold. Wow.
Yeah, because it was so deep that there was no way they were going to make it out of the top without the life of breath.
You have no choice. But yeah, jeez. You were, oh my.
Okay, this reminds me of when I was... Okay, so if we're going to share...
And no, I've never done this to Frazley. I've never done this.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
I'm not totally innocent myself. So when I was in YMCA, the fun club, we would have the Pokemon cards, and I had the book of how much each of the cards were. I would fudge what the number was of like the value of the different cards. So
that's not.
I learned this was wrong.
The middle of the abyss and tell you that if you didn't give them gold, what happens if they didn't have any gold? We just shuffle out the rest of their lunch money to you. What the? Wow. Wow.
Well, then they kind of died, and then they would find their body somewhere.
Oh my
Or
and then
the-
have
the
15
spirit
to try to get
somewhere, and they
back.
can't get back to
Oh.
body. But this is why we had the paladin, is so we could res them when they
keep
finally say,
doing it.
okay.
Special torture.
Try again. You can get there. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. I can just picture you like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, hey, we can keep going with this, okay? We can still
no,
keep
people-
you here.
The worst part is probably is like, hey, you want to be somewhere cool? Here, let us summon you here.
Oh my god. Come on, Charlie. Let's go to the mountain, Charlie. What the hell? Taking kidneys out. Damn.
Anyways, go to Mount Hyjal.
Hey, you know what's funny when you talked about that? Back in when what was it? Kata came out and the Worgans, is that Kata?
Yeah.
Okay, so we found a way to get into Gilneas, or that's the name of their place, whatever.
Mhm.
And that was cool. But it wasn't like the Mount Hyjal one though. Like this had it was just all completely bare or empty buildings. It was really cool.
Yeah. I know on the RP servers, a lot of people like host parties in there and like, so if you ever are curious on an RP server, yeah. And like, and have like rave music, stuff like that.
Glow sticks. And then they dump you off in the middle of the abyss.
When you're all done, because that way you are all like, after having all the alcohol at the party, you won't even.
You wake up and Lady Emma has taken your online kidney.
I would never do that. My mom only has one kidney. I would never take someone's kidney. They're valuable.
Just their gold. Okay. In Ublat, I have not been like forcing anybody to like go to the bottom of the ocean, but I did get my house up to 2 rooms, and like I have my house fully completed with and all that in Ublat. So I'm at a good place where I think I'm good there. I'm waiting till the next update, which I believe the next update should be, if everything looks according to plan, they're hoping to add updates in October and November. I'll go back into Ublat again once they add more zones.
Quick, is that just a PC game or a console game?
It's a PC game, and I believe it's on Switch.
No, it's not on Switch. I checked.
Okay.
Well, what about the cat one she was talking about? Is that the same one?
No, mine is on Switch, which is Animal Crossing New Horizon. Actually, I've watched videos of the older Animal Crossing, and they are dark.
This coming from someone who drowns you for gold.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's just going to be forever now.
Well, now I'm playing an Animal Crossing where everyone is super happy and tells me that I should exercise.
What?
Where the other one used to be very rude towards you and give you attitude. Now they're just like, hey, you're exercising this early in the morning too? Great. We should be exercise buddies. And that's when I really, really would like to drown.
Whoa.
Actually, no, he's no longer on my island because he annoyed me. That was
You
fun.
still are drowning
Throw them in
people.
the seas of Azeroth.
Man, Emma, I thought I knew you.
she's dark, man. She's
Wow.
like, she's a mob.
You know what? My work thinks I'm full of happy and bubbles and I think maybe this COVID or even with my work own personal stress that's coming out, it's just the darkness is seeping out. It's just like,
the demon
here.
in me.
You know, Emma, I know about exercising. I think we need to exorcise the demons in you, I think.
Nice.
hey, I got a personal trainer. I'm exercising twice a week.
Oh, nice.
Caroline, let's cleanse these demons.
Once we go to Shadowlands, Emma, you've got to go to Revendrath to repent of your sins and all that. I mean, come on.
Okay, note to self, that sounds like I should avoid that place like the plague.
Because I'm going to
Got
tell them that once Lady Emma's there, I'm going to tell them all the bad shit that you've done. So Emma, so it's gonna. But Pauly, so I need to ask your forgiveness that last time you were on here,
Yeah.
we were not asking new guests their history. So since you've been on, we fixed that. So
Okay.
I was browsing the agendas and I was like, we never got to know Pauly. We just talked with Pauly and all that. So we got you
I
for
thought
your
we did.
information.
Did we?
I don't remember talking with you about like.
I'm
your
always
history.
down to talk about myself.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, get ready to exercise your mind as we go back into your memories.
Wow, I like
So-
that.
How did you get into gaming?
Bad breakup with a fiance.
Oh,
Buddy came over out of nowhere and just goes, "Hey, I heard about what happened," which was really creepy because it was like the day before that we broke up. And yeah, he's a friend that always was like that. He would appear out of nowhere. Like one time I was paying a ticket that I got like a state away, and he just was there also paying a bill. So he's kind of like
that is really weird.
Yeah, his name's Randy, great friend of mine. But yeah, he just showed up out of nowhere and just goes, "Hey man, I heard what happened." And I'm like at the door like, okay. And
have you checked your smoke detectors?
oh,
FYI.
Yeah, and then this is in vanilla. So, and then he just goes, "Here, I got something that'll get your mind off things." So that's how I got started into it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then because we broke up, so my apartment was pretty much everyone's apartment. So it was LAN parties. I took like 3 months off work just to play WoW. It was pretty good.
So, well, now we know how you got into World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
Is there any other Blizzard games that have caught your interest, or are you still harping the classic?
Yeah, it's just the classic of retail. I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a guy who really plays a lot of video games. I don't know how that sounds weird, but I mean, I played Yu-Gi-Oh before. That was about it. So this one, all my friends got into. The frenzy of WoW was huge around where I was living at. You know, we all got everybody to play. And then, you know, even to this day, and you know Josh Fraz, we've been playing WoW forever. And he lives down in Texas now. And I wouldn't have met you guys if I never played it. So
it's weird that you say you're not a gamer, because I remember you from the Summoning Stone and how I was invited on one time and you were on Summoning Stone and we kind of got talking, and I think you then invited me out to a Halloween slasher story. And then you ended up, I don't think you killed me in that one. I think didn't you kill me later on?
Oh, who's now evil?
Yeah. So as you see behind me, I'm the Miscellaneous Podcast. This is my podcast, and we've been doing it since January of 2017, which actually is funny because me and Fraz just talked about our dates of when we started. So that was really fun.
And like we are pretty close. Like I even doing it just a little bit longer than me and all that, but like I remember the first time being in voice chat, like I was still a newbie podcaster, and I was so nervous. I was like, I want to impress Pauly, and now like you and I are close friends. And I said to you today on our call, like our almost 2 hour call, I was like, I don't need to impress you anymore. I'm like, I don't really care what you think of me anymore. We're just
now it's all like, I'm calling you while I'm in the bathroom, Paul.
Hold on.
Yeah. No, but it was funny that you say that, because in the beginning I was at awe of you because I knew you through WoW. So when I heard that you wanted to do something with me in the podcast world, I was just like, I was the same way too. So it's funny how we were both geeking out over each other.
Yeah. So you and I are on the Miscellaneous Podcast. As we mentioned before, what is the Miscellaneous Podcast for those who may not know?
It's a title that says it all. It's miscellaneous. So each week you'll get something different. And it started only because I listened to a lot of different kind of podcasts, from audio stories to World of Warcraft to whatever. We all do the podcast stuff. There's millions of podcasts out there. And it's really cool to see all the good stuff that's out there and all the really bad stuff that's out there. But unfortunately, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm just a miscellaneous guy in the beginning. I mean, I like to do tons of different things in real life as well. So it just kind of, we found each other, so to speak, through a monkey fist.
Yeah, through a monkey fist. And like, I have to say, like, I never know what to expect sometimes. Like 1 week talking with somebody who's into the paranormal and like a paranormal investigator, that was both creepy and scary, because like hearing about all like the things that are like around us that like, yeah, I'm one of the people that I don't know what's out there, but it's scary. It is scary. It has shit. I mean,
Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year. And so we do it up big for Halloween. And it was funny. I was working at a job, and it was summertime, and I thought, dude, I need to write something that makes fun of and homages everything we grew up with, from Halloween to Jason Voorhees to Night of the, and all those. And you have to have that stupid cliche thing they have in there. So I wrote the first Halloween slasher story. And Frazley was in the. Were you in the second one? Yeah, you were in the second one.
Yeah, in the second one, yeah.
And that was really cool because you're going around experiencing it, and the ad libs that Frazley gives are timeless. Out of nowhere, he decides that he's going to do a Jeff Goldblum impression.
Oh yes,
So, it was.
I
really
remember
good.
that, and then it becomes a meme later on. And I still remember the one line that you had me do for the Christmas story. It was like a Christmas
Yes,
we
did
a soldier story, and I still remember. Oh my god, these cookies taste so good, and I always remember that line because I did it like 20 times.
I love doing audio stories, and so we did it right. And then after the Halloween slasher stuff and that's what got us our hits was the audio stories, oddly enough. And so then after that we did the Christmas one, which was Santa Claus versus Krampus.
Yes,
but yeah, it was really funny. He plays the right hand man to the general of an army. It's all in my head right now where you're just like, oh wow,
yeah,
so good. And then even this year, which sad to say, this has been the 4th year of doing it, but we're gonna push it to next year because of COVID and everything going on. We had a lot of people not be able to make it this year.
Some of your grouping, you would like take your setup over to them and like.
Yeah, I can't just go to their houses anymore. Like at Lavender's Corner, we can't really do that.
Well, if you ever come to Vancouver, you know where I am. But also, like I said, I do have mics. I do have Audacity or whatever.
Just
I might need some refreshers on how to use it.
Pauly.
It's been a while.
I know, right? I got to put my gold up. I got to do everything. Maybe I should put my gear up so I don't get durability loss.
Other than you thinking I'm attracted to always pickpocket, what has really attracted you to a podcast?
A buddy of mine a long time ago said, you need to look at this podcast called We're Alive. And it's a zombie one. And it's an audio story. And I've already, from being a kid, I listened to a lot of audio stories from like the library stuff and stuff where like growing up, they would have like this stupid like Dark Shadows and stuff like that. So I already like those kind of things. And there was one called Halloween Horrors, which I actually redid my version of it on the show. But that's what sort of kind of got me into me. Buddy said you should listen to this. And then he also said you need to listen to The Instance because we're all wowers, right? And when I heard Scott Johnson and Randy Deluxe and all them, I was like, oh, sold. I got to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but this is going to happen. Then I listened to Convert to Raid for a little while back in the day with Solar Flay and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back when all that stuff was really just new and fresh, at least to me. I listened to Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew because I remember that from my 90s kid days, you know? And so it was really just enjoyable to see these platforms that you can create on and just be yourself or whatever the case may be. So I it's funny. I got fired from my job a long time ago and I'm driving down to Texas to meet Josh because we were going to hang out. And it was all over about a story of a monkey fist. That's how I got started into podcasting altogether. Do you know what a monkey fist is?
Is it the cursed one?
No.
Oh.
Okay. A monkey fist is a weapon. You take a cue ball from a pool table and you wrap it through or over a paracord and you just kind of hit people with it. Well, my buddy was making it and he goes, and I was like, why are you doing that? He goes, oh, because I wanted to see if I could do it. And for some reason that inspired me to make the Miscellaneous Podcast.
Interesting.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Wow.
Of all things.
So you can say that even monkeying around.
Yep. So my buddy making a paracord weapon made me want to make a podcast.
I mean, podcasting can absolutely be a weapon if you use the platform for bad. I mean,
And Lady Anime, you should come on the show sometime. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I would love it. And then you'll probably tease me for pickpocketing everyone and drowning.
I mean,
You're
come on.
Get razzed really bad. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I get razzed every week. So you just.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is every single time you bug me about drowning people and stealing wallets, I do a shot. Got it.
Oh my God.
And
We
we'll
just made
see
a drinking game. Oh, I love it.
It reminds me of when we used to have on this show, like I had to be like a shot whenever I did bad segue, and then it became to the place where everybody was getting drunk, and we just had to be
Wait,
like,
hold on. What is? I missed so much apparently because I listened to your show.
Beginning. That was like in the early days.
Yeah,
when we were like still like double digits.
yeah, because now we are like triple digits. I mean, the
awesome.
fact that, and I'm trying to remember who's on for episode 200 when we have I'm having a roast. I know Emma's on for that one. I believe.
Damn straight.
I believe you're on it, Pauly, but don't quote me on that. Even though it'll be in the recording after we're done.
Well, we're coming up on our 300 episode pretty soon.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a
You
monster.
should have me on that one.
Hell yeah. Come on. It'll be fun. We'll do some trivia. We'll draw on some gnomes. It'll be fun. But yeah, because of Frazley, meeting Frazley and hanging out with Frazley, he got me over to, at that time, I think it was 32,000 listeners. And then now we're way past 65.
Wow.
So
it's weird to think that that I'm on a big podcast. It always.
Oh, we're not big. We're like the dirty laundry of podcasts.
So what obstacles have you overcome through all the podcasting or everything that happens to develop your epic show?
So the people from the Summoning Stone, we're friends even to this day, but it's not as good as like me and Frazley by any means. But it's hard when you're a podcaster to try to find someone that relates to you, especially if you're the content creator, the director, the producer, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So if it wasn't for Fraz, I wouldn't get through the half of that stuff. I don't even think I would have done the show as long as I have if it wasn't for Fraz, because he's the friend that would get the call in the middle of the night from me having a meltdown about what I'm supposed to do. How is this going to work? Could I even sustain to keep doing this, or whatever the case may be? So yeah, I appreciate Fraz for all that.
You have filled me up with a lot of ideas, and it's helpful having people that I can talk with. So even if I'm helping you, you're helping me out.
When we were doing the Summoning Stone way back when, I was doing all the editing for the show. I was coming up with a lot of content. Like they had their own content for their stuff, and I'd come up with funny segments and stuff like that afterwards. But I would always like hit up Frazley all the time, be like, "Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, this is an idea I had," or whatever the case may be. And then when I said, "Come on my show," just come on my show, it was mostly because I was like, I need that extra support here. That's how I got over it, because a lot of it's just your creativity. It's the opportunity to create something that's not there, and and you have your own platform, and like mine, I push boundaries. I really do, and Frazley knows that. I mean, I've already got cease and desist letters before. I mean, we push it. Oh yeah. I used a Prodigy song for one of my intros, and I used a little too much of it.
I can't believe that I've had that big of an effect. It's just for me, it's been just talking with a friend and all that, and I consider you a close friend. So
well, for me it is, because like I really, as creators, that's a big thing. And so when we first kind of collaborated together, that's when I knew that this was going to mesh really well, right? And then when I was listening to the Frazley report, that's when I was like, oh, he gets this. He does the same thing I do. And then hearing your editing style and my editing style were very similar, and so it just kind of meshed together. So like, I know we don't really bounce a lot of ideas, but it's more or less like I'm calling you like it did today. I'm like, I got this. What do you think of this? Whatever, Those are the obstacles for me. When it comes to like the content and the fun stuff and stupid stuff, that just comes with the show. That just comes with the fun stuff of it.
What would you say has been one of the best memories that you've had from doing the podcast? There's
two things. One is the accomplishment to do what I wanted to do on there, which was make it sound like we're all just friends, bullshit around. And a lot of people come up to us and they're like, I like it. You guys are like just hanging out. I'm like, that's what I wanted. Because we do have a bigger, like there's 3 people here, and I usually on average have 5. So with that, you got to have that kind of energy and chemistry with everybody. So it was really good that happened. And secondly, just I love doing the audio stories, because listen to the outtakes. That's the fun part for me. And then you get to see all the stuff we do. We had a listener mail a long time ago asked like, how much editing do you guys do of laughing do you have to cut out? And that's really funny because there's a lot.
What advice would you give someone who wanting to get into podcasting?
if you want to get into podcasting, do it for fun. Do it for your own personal amusement. Do it for whatever like stuff that makes you happy. Because if you're doing it for, oh, I'm going to see what kind of money I want to get, or I want to see this, or I want to see that, unless you're really goal oriented, it's not. Because editing takes, like for me, if I want to edit a show for 1 hour recording is 12 hours of editing. And Frazley, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. It's why my weekends sometimes I'm like, I get in the mindset, I turn off my phone, I'm like, I'm just going to get in here and edit it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also why he's shortened the show, because don't you remember those days when we had 3-5-hour shows?
I remember the episode with Scruffy and Jill, and it was the weekend that I needed to get to bed early, but also the weekend I was going to be at the hospital all weekend because my sister was donating a kidney to a close friend.
Oh,
and
wow.
That episode went for like 3 hours and 50 minutes. So I was editing that while I'm like dozing off in a chair in a hospital. I'm like on my computer, like going like, okay.
That's
and like at one point I'm editing, I'm like, I fall asleep. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go back here. I'm like, oh.
Oh no, I'm laughing because it's not about that. It's, my dad recently prostate cancer, and I was doing the same thing too in the hospital, man, editing like one of the shows.
Yeah,
so funny because you're glued to your work. Like this literally is a passion project. You're glued.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
It. So you're putting the time in. So you have to be like, so this is something you want to do, especially unless you have somebody to edit for you. So I wish.
Yeah.
I did that.
No, there is a part that I like editing it. I know this sounds weird. Like I would love the time back, but I like seeing if I'm enjoying it, and I like seeing where am I struggling and like in who I am and all that. So it's helpful to hear what I've gone on.
You really find yourself when you podcast. I know it sounds stupid to say that, but it's so true. Because when you're editing, and you make a damn good point right there, because then you enlarge everything. You can see things from a closer perspective. You see how many times you breathe. You see how many times you want to talk deeper or higher or whatever the case may be. When you do audio stories, you get to see all the in-depth things. And then you can learning how to what I can take out, what I can't, like background noise, or can I do this or can I do that?
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me on FrazlCast tonight. So, Pauly, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on the miscellaneouspodcast.org. You can just Google the Miscellaneous Podcast, Live on Air with Pauly. It should pop up. We're on pretty much every platform.
And Emma, where can they find you at?
Well, you can always find me on FrazlCast on the live show the last Thursday of the month, or on the recorded version on the first Monday of the month.
Yes.
You can also find me on Twitter at lady_Emma, or you can find me on Instagram, which is lady 0 Emma.
0.
Yeah, it's 0 because I couldn't have an underscore or a dash. So 0 is my new space.
Activating customized Corporate Safe Transporter.
Well, I am back of Ironforge until we one day reclaim Nomergon.
Wow, I'm a gnome.
September begins this week, which means it's time to look in the Kilrock site to see what's coming up in the world of Warcraft.
Let's see what the wondrous, mysterious Kilrock site foretells of the upcoming events in Azeroth.
Thank you for joining us on Kilrock Site, the upcoming events for September in World of Warcraft. Darkmoon Fair starts September 6th through the 12th. Great place to go if you want to build up points for profession or get rep or XP boost from the carousel or roller coaster. There are many achievements, mounts, pets, and transmog to collect, so come down for a round of fun. September micro-holidays are coming up. Trial of Style, August 31st to September 4th. Do you think you have what it takes to be the best and stylish person? Why don't you and a few friends up to 5 try the Trial Styles? There are a few themes, and whoever's the best dressed for that theme can win some Trial Styles tokens. You can use these tokens for transmog or some items to decorate the stage to make you stand out more. I keep hoping they'll bring up more transmog tokens. Harvest Festival starts September 29th to October 10th. This isn't the Pilgrim Festival that is held in November. This is the holiday which honors the fallen heroes that have passed away in the service for their faction. There is a quest for each faction on how it's not always easy doing the right thing in what you believe in, especially when it goes against someone with more authorities. There are 4 broths you can apply to yourself to feel the emotions of the departed spirit: anxious, forlorn, peaceful, and vengeful. There's also 3 food and 1 drinks that are special to this event, and it goes towards the achievement "It's happy hour somewhere," and it tastes like chicken. The weekly bonus event for September is World Quest event. Starts September 1st to the 7th. You get 50% more rep doing the World Quest. The quest is to complete 20 World Quests and rewards Azurite. Battleground bonus event September 8th to the 14th. Gains 50% more honor in Battlegrounds. The quest is to win 4 Battlegrounds and rewards Conquest and 5 marks of honor and Azurite. Battle for Azeroth dungeon event, September 15th to 21st. Final boss in each current expansion dungeon will reward an extra item. Pick up the quest requires you to complete 4 Mythic or Mythic Plus for an extra chance of getting an upgraded gear. Pet Battle bonus event, September 22nd to 28th. Triples your XP for your pets when winning a battle. Quest is to win 5 level PvP 25 battle. It rewards you the ultimate battle training stone. Time Walking Dungeon event, September 29th to October 5th. The dungeons will be Draenor and needs to be level 101 or up. Finish a 5 Time Walking Dungeon rewards Azurite, Time Warp badges, and current things for in-games. You can find the vendor in Warspear or Storm Shield. September main holidays. Pirate Day starts September 19th. It's a 24-hour holiday. It's where you get to talk and walk like a pirate. Head to Booty Bay for the Pirate Day of Fun. Defeat Ol Earl for a chance of getting a slightly chewed insult book, which is a toy that will make you shout filthy pirate insults. If you have finished the quest, Vast Ye Admiral, you can buy the Jolly Roger toy. I am still salty about this, as you need to be exalted with the Blood Buccaneers, but hated with the golems to get this quest. This is about it. Have fun on the beach, and don't forget to dress up as well. Brewfest starts September 20th to October 6th. Come and get your free beer right outside Ironforge or outside Orgrimmar. While you're there, why not get some sausage and pretzels too? This is an event that has everything a person could want. Collect as many brew prize tokens as you can to exchange them for items like the pets, transmog toys, and much, much more. You can queue up for the holiday boss at level 20. The holiday items drop off the boss as a trinket. The boss also has a chance to drop off the Brewfest Akodo or Brewfest Ram, and a player can use them on either faction no matter what they play. There are many things you can do during Brewfest, so why don't you come down and check it out? This is it for Kilrag's site, so everyone have a great night.
Thank you, Emma. Well, this week I've got a new Frazley report for you to listen to. Take a listen. Welcome to the Frazley Report, a short broadcast by me, the Awesome Gnome, about the world of Warcraft. So we have some great news that a Shadowlands is launching on October 27th, and it's going to be...
I am here to get my justice.
Uther? I'm not Arthas.
But you ride on his steed.
Oh, you mean Invincible? He finally dropped for me recently, but don't worry, I'm not Arthas. I left his corpse back in ICC, and I haven't been back in weeks. You may need to do that instance though, because it's been reset since then. Hey, the good news is it doesn't take too long to do nowadays. Just one tip, as you're heading down to Cinderghost's Gauntlet, don't try to heroic leap down the elevator shaft. Just be patient. I've died too many times on that.
Very well. Carry on.
Where was I? Yes, the Shadowlands launches on October 27th. It will be a global launch, with it technically launching at 4 p.m. Eastern in the US on the 26th. Castle Nathria, the first raid in Revendreth, will be launching on November 10th. They would have opened it sooner, but they were having a Halloween party, and Sire Denathrius is known to put on lavish parties around Hollow's End. You might be thinking, but it's an Azeroth holiday! But I gotta tell you, the Headless Horseman, or Sir Thomas Thompson, is actually Denathrius' brother, and lives in the castle, and the Sire celebrates the time when Tom is away. They have a very strenuous relationship. Tom likes to hide things around the castle, then when Denathrius finds it, Tom yells out, "It is over! Your search is done!" Yeah, he gets pretty annoyed with that. So that's why they do a party just to celebrate when he's gone. It's like the one episode of Malcolm in the Middle with the block party. Yeah, that one. Well, I gotta say though, my time is nigh for me to end this report. I'm very excited to head into the Shadowlands soon. You'll be able to catch my experience live on Twitch. I've been streaming my beta experience, and I've been having a blast. Where's my phone?
let's look at what has been happening in the community.
Awesome. Let's do that. As I mentioned in the Frazz report, Shadowlands is coming soon! And I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that runs for the Unencrypted Voidwing are happening right now. Follow Adventure out on Twitter to find out when these runs happen. The bad news is you need to get your AOTC before the Unencrypted Voidwing takes flight with the Shadowlands pre-patch, which is so fucking close. Oh my god, I am so excited. Shadowlands! But each group is raising money for a different charity. Herky Pugs is continuing to raise money for Rain this month, and they've raised over 12,700 so far. And our good friend and fellow warrior, Test Mephisto, is doing weekly weekend AOTC carries, Horde on Saturdays and Alliance on Sundays, starting at 3 p.m. Pacific until Shadowlands releases. He's raising money this month for ASAN and has already raised over $2,100. And then Wowhead reports on the Guild The Outcast that is doing 1 to 3 runs per week to raise money for the Humane Society of Tampa Bay in honor of their friend Shady, who passed away last year. Details are available in the Wowhead post. They are fundraising and also selling shirts with proceeds going to this cause. And so far, they've raised over $2,200. Now it's time to talk about some amazing artists in our community. Wowhead brings to our attention a foam Doomhammer replica by Black Sheep Props. And my friend Midsummer 1942 is this month's Wowhead Artist Spotlight. I have some Alliance-themed gaming gloves from her that are so comfy, and they help especially in the winter months. Check out her work at the link below, and she has an Etsy store. Then we've got a drawing of Fairshaw by Leo. And then Icy Veins has a roundup of just some of the amazing fan creations based on the Afterlife Sebastian short. From serious creations to funny parodies to memes. All of this brings amazing justice to the work the team at Wowhead did on this short. And then Pete posted about an OC remix uploaded by PSK called Legends of Warcraft. I am playing a short sample right now. And then Jay the Bard is back with 2 new songs. Another amazing synthwave track version of Lion's Pride In, which you're hearing a sample of right now. And then make sure to check over on Twitter, where Jay has collaborated with Handclaw on Lich, a WoW parody project. Keep doing this amazing work, Jay. And then Icy Veins reports on Redditor Sacred 24, who has cleared 6 floors of the upcoming Torghast instance in beta using just their voice. They talk about how this was accomplished in the post and showed off in a video. And speaking of Shadowlands, pun intended, Wowhead has updated their talent calculator tool for Shadowlands to support Covenant choices. And then speaking of talent, the talented Jen and Allie are now teaming up for a podcast called Live, Laugh, Lore. Yes, just like the popular signs that appear in homes that drink pumpkin spice coffee. Hey, no judgment, as I love pumpkin spice. I just ordered some pumpkin spice coffee to make at home. But anyway, the podcast description is join Allie and Jen as they talk about the story of Warcraft from the angles you always wish they'd cover. They won't be explaining the lore to you, but talking all about what it means and where it may lead. First episode drops September 8th. Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, I had to play the morally gray sounder here. I couldn't help it. And this week I want to spotlight Allie, who I just talked about, in this week's Twitch Spotlight. She is starting her Twitch career, and she is almost to affiliate. Make sure to give her a follow. She is amazing. She is one of my besties and has got to me through so many dark days.
This has been another awesome episode of FrazlCast. Take it away, Frazzle Pants.
Thank you, Scruffy. Well, I need to let you know that Stories Around Azeroth has ended. I needed to step back from it, and I did not want Pete to end it, but he made the decision to end it after I needed to step away. My other projects will still continue, so I am not leaving podcasting or streaming or anything like that. And then over on Twitter, thank you to Austin at Frank's Hot Sauce Guild, who said that episode 173 of FrazlCast was freaking awesome. That was the one with Ben. And then Krunk posted about 173 that they are working on getting their podcast set up. Thanks for the inspiration. Awesome. Let us know when it's launched, because I cannot wait to hear it, Krunk. You have been a long-time supporter of this show, and I really appreciate that. And then Brico of Third Faction Show said, great show, check it out. This was again on episode 173. And then Spaz Weston also on episode 173 said the episode was really good. And then I got a DM from Matt Kraken who said, I'm a fan of your content. Hearing stuff like this really makes me feel really good. Thank you all. You don't know how much, like, when I'm working on something and all of a sudden I get an amazing comment like this, how it just gives me a lot of fire and a lot of fuel to keep doing this stuff. I love doing it. As we near episode 200, I'm working on changes to the show. I kind of like to retool the show a bit every 50 episodes. Maybe not exactly at 50 episodes, but around it. And these are not just changes on myself, of course, which I am going through a lot of changes in myself, becoming more confident on who I am. But I'm doing things like in the episodes with Emma, I've made the decision to cut out trivia. It was fun, but it was adding extra work, and it doesn't work quite as well in audio form, in my own opinion. And you may notice other changes, but these are all for the better. The show has gone through so many iterations over the years, but it's part of me working to make the best show possible that is about World of Warcraft.
starring you. This show will always be about the community. And over on Twitch, every week I like to thank those who give back to the show financially. You don't have to give back financially, but if you do, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you to Austin and Mal for the gifted subs, and thank you to my Twitch subs out there. Allie of Dungeon Fables and All Things Azeroth and Live Laugh Floor, Amanda of Geek Caring, Austin of Frank's Hosthouse Guild, Burkhart, Cap, Cosmic Valkyrie, Crunk, Demi of Third Faction Show, Dennis, Elucid 91, Epic and Sandy of Frozen Nerds, Fiesta Taco 1983, Gia Miabia, Grand Negus of Corpse Run Radio and Control Alt WoW, Haleonix, Harlow, Hottie Chicken, Infinitori, Jaded Sixella, Jay, Jen Eric Live, Jenny Gamers, Jess, Jetta Faye, Carinza, Leo Wild, Lil Weird, Lomo Geek, Look It's Grandma, Lucas of Cardique Valley, Mal, Marty of Two Nerds Maybe More, Michael of Two Nerds Maybe More and All Hollow Scream, Monica V. Caring, Pandagosa, Pete, Phoenix Dust, Rig of Charactercraft, Sassy Snorlax, Scissorlord, Sill of Whispers of War, Spaz Wesson, Harrow, Kelleroyd, Lex Scoob, Tom Turtle, Uncle Will 6, Werewolf Hours, and Zorts the Goblin. And thank you to an anonymous cheerer, Hottie Chicken, and Scissorlord for the bits this week. I'm adding some new merch options to the website, like I'm adding new women's shirts, some new Nick Gator masks from Streamlabs. I've added a Holy Carp tank top, thanks to Fiesta Taco 1983's suggestion. She says the merch is very high quality and has withstood many washings. And I'm working on adding new types of merch, both new designs and also new types of merch as well. Give me your suggestions if there's something that you want there that I don't have. If you want to support the show financially, please go to support.gnomepodcast.com. And if you have Prime Gaming through Amazon Prime, you can use your free Prime Gaming subscription on my channel and get access to ad-free viewing and awesome emotes. And all of your support goes to helping support this labor of love. Thank you so much. Well, I am Frazley, and you can find the show at gnomepodcast.com. There you can catch past episodes and find out many of the places where you can subscribe to this show to get the Gnome Train coming to you every single week. Well, until next week, be awesome.
FrazlCast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. Views expressed by the hosts and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard Games, and they are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended. This show is for the community, and it contains contributions from the community. The Gnome Train intro is by Allie of Dungeon Fables and All Things Azeroth. The opening music is by Brandon T. Blaylock. The Gnome Roar is by Jen of Morley Gray Podcast, and the Frazzle Pants bumper at the end is by the Scruffy Druid of Loot Optional and Viral Voice Arts.
This show is brought to you by Dragon Powered Studio. Find more at dragonpoweredstudio.com.
It's been fun. Farewell!